Welcome to another episode of The Brand Called You, a podcast and podcast show that brings you leadership lessons, knowledge, experience, and wisdom from thousands of successful individuals from around the world. I am your host, Ashutosh Garg, and today I'm privileged to bring a very accomplished professional from the world of food, Mr. Thomas Bühner from Germany. Thomas, welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to you and all your guests.
Thank you. Thomas is a culinary expert. He's a recipient of 3 Michelin stars. And for those of you who don't know, getting even one is very difficult, and he's got 3. And he's been recognized and awarded globally. So, Thomas, let's start with asking you, tell me about your journey in the world of food.
Yeah, first of all, to underline the specialty of 3 Michelin stars, in the moment we have around 130 people in the world have achieved this.
Amazing.
So this is much less than prime ministers, than astronauts and Formula One drivers. So it's a very small group of people.
Yes.
Really happy to be part of this group. And yes, I'm not sure if I review on my journey, if you have time enough for this. But
Okay.
I start my career in a very simple restaurant. But always since the early beginning, I have had a wish to receive more, to get more, to work better. And in Germany it's known, but worldwide maybe not. So after I finished my school, I don't know what I can be. My parents asked me, my teachers asked me, and I said, I don't know. I'm not sure. So my parents sent me to a test to the working agency. They test me over 6 hours, and at the end I've had the most points for farmer, for baker, and to be a cook, a chef.
Okay.
So I said, I can't be a farmer because we have no land. Baker, they have to wake up too early. So okay, I agreed to become a chef. And after some days, I go to my parents and told them, if I have to become a chef, I would like to be a very good one. Correct. I don't want to work in a hospital. I have a lot of respect for these colleagues working in hospitals or bigger kitchen. I want to go in a restaurant and I want to become a very good chef. And this is my most important point, that I say, if you want to achieve something, you have to say it really clearly and loud, and then you have to follow.
Correct.
That.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And you worked in many large hotel chains, and then you started your own specialized restaurant.
Yes.
How was the change from the big restaurant to becoming a businessman yourself?
So the biggest hotel kitchen I've worked was the Hilton Hotel in Düsseldorf, and with 55 chefs in the kitchen, 3 different shifts. A really famous executive chef, Günther Scherrer, at that time, he was like a god in the kitchen, and he has had 4 sous chefs, so really strictly organized. And you're part of the team, but at the end you don't know all the members of the team. 55 chefs in 3 shifts, it takes you months to know them all. And that was the biggest change. Later, when I create my own team, it's less or more. We met when we go outside for a guest chef event. We met a guest. He said it looks like a pop group when you are coming into the hotel.
Okay.
So we are less or more friends. We work together. We are a team. We stay together, and we win it or we lose it together. So everyone has to give it best. And at the end, I have to say, the most important thing for me was my team. The people around me, they stay for a long time. I try to treat them well. I believe many of your listeners have heard a lot of horror stories, how it is in the kitchen. Correct. Loud, hectic, stress. I try to keep everything outside the kitchen. We know if we well organized, we can do it perfectly. And I trust my team. And sometimes I remember a day a journalist come into the kitchen and ask me, "Who is this? This?" And I told him, "This is my head chef. This is my pastry chef. He's responsible for this, and he's responsible for this research and development." And then he asked me, "What are you doing?" And at the end, I told him, I'm a coach from a team of a team, and
Okay.
I'm for sure I'm not the best player, but I'm a coach of a team, and the biggest thing for me is I have to trust my team. At the end, I have never seen worldwide a football coach running on the green because there's a penalty to shot. You have to trust your team.
Yes, well said.
Yeah,
Well said.
that, that
So, coming back to
that's it.
Michelin stars, Thomas, what does the Michelin team look for when they give you 1 star or 2 stars or three?
I don't know.
Okay.
They don't. You can open a 5-star hotel and you
Uh,
get really clear rules what to do, what to have, and
mm,
what to organize to
mm,
have a 5-star hotel.
mm,
In the kitchen, Michelin tells you nothing. You have to fulfill the expectations
mm,
of the guests.
mm,
So 1 star already means high expectations by the guests.
mm,
I believe you need to have a high level of consistency. It brings you nothing if you are fully booked and it works like a clock.
mm,
And next day, it's the restaurant is half empty, and some of the team are not present. So you finish the evening with a real chaos that brings you nothing. So every day is the same level of quality.
mm,
Every time guests come, and they come sometimes three, 4, 5 times a year, you
mm.
have to fulfill their expectations. That's the most important.
Amazing.
And
Amazing.
originally, this question I asked um, one day a Michelin tester. So once a year or once in 2 years, they come. They test you at the end of the evening. They give you a business card and
Mm,
tell you, I'm from Michelin. Can we talk or something? I asked him what to do to get the 3rd star, to
uh-huh,
receive the 3rd star.
uh.
And he said, we are international guide and we are not a consulting company.
Okay. Great response. Thank you. Thank you. So my next question to you, Thomas, is that if you look at the restaurant business around the world, very few restaurants have a long life.
Yes.
Restaurants keep closing down.
Yeah.
Why does this happen?
In different parts of the world, different reasons.
Hmm,
So I plan to open some years ago. I plan to open a restaurant in Hong Kong, and
hmm,
if you see the Hong Kong market, so you have a very high rent to
hmm,
pay, and
hmm,
if the company who rents you the building um, see after 3 years it's a good business, they double the rent.
hmm,
If you are
hmm,
not able to pay, you go out. And
hmm,
I believe this evolution, and in some parts a revolution,
hmm.
it's also good for the market. You have to
Yeah.
always be creative. You can see in other parts of the world that
Hmm,
there are much more creative kitchen, nice concept from a low level
hmm,
to a very high level, much better um, concepts. Instead of Germany,
hmm,
here the restaurant survived very, very long time. So I'm not sure if it's bad for the guests,
hmm,
for our client, or it's good.
hmm,
Um, Everyone wants to have a running business for long term,
hmm,
but to think about your concept makes also sense,
hmm.
and to renew the concept.
Very well said. My next question to you is that the new generation, the young people who are now coming out, uh, they're all looking for experiences. Uh,
Mhm.
how are their expectations changing the food business?
No, that's hard. to say for me, because since my restaurant is closed since 4 years, I have a small team, part-timers. I work together with them, but I'm really not sure if I know in the moment all the expectations of the young people. But I've seen some of them, they are disappointed when they are in the age of 25, they are not head chef of a Michelin star restaurant.
Yes.
So at the end, I received my third star in the age of 50, and I have learned everything comes to the right time. Everything comes in the right moment. And sometimes it's better if it comes a little bit later.
Well said.
So
well said.
If you start your career in the age of 18 and you expect to be the world most famous and best chef in the age of 28, something went wrong. No? At the other end, if in the age of 28 you have fulfilled all your dreams, maybe these are not the right dreams.
Correct.
You have to. There's a lot of time to climb higher, and also here, what I said, the success of a Michelin star restaurant is also consistency. The success of your own work, of your own achievement, is also consistency every day. Asking yourself, what can I do better? A lot of discipline is needed, but this is also not for the kitchen. It's also for other business that you need consistency and discipline.
Correct. Well said. The next question to you is that, are people experimenting more with their food now?
Yeah, so I believe that we live in the Western world, in the richest century we have ever had since millions of years.
Correct.
We can have everything: strawberries for Sylvester, for New Year, asparagus out of season. You can buy it in the moment. Last weekend, I visited the market here in my hometown in Osnabrück, and I find fresh cherries from Chile. You can have everything. That means people can try out everything. They can be creative, but sometimes I believe it's much more creative to go back to the roots. You know, how people find out that what delicious you can make from liver, kidneys, or whatever. No? How people make cheese and wine, and how they combine local ingredients or renew the kitchen. In Germany, I believe our kitchen is very poor. If you see it, the Spanish kitchen, the Indian kitchen, Asian kitchens, but someone has to find some new recipes with the old ingredients or renew it. This is also creativity. It's not only combining lobster and strawberry with vanilla and basil.
Well said. So the other thing that I have been noticing all over the world now is a move towards vegan food and specialized foods. How do you handle such diverse requirements in your menus?
Yeah, in the moment I'm working on an event in Boston, and also they asked me to create a normal menu and a vegan menu. It's more and more part of the business. I really don't understand this trend. I visited India in last September, and I was blown away by the quality of the vegetarian and vegan food there. It was so tasty. You miss nothing. I was disappointed by myself because I can't reach this quality in my kitchen. Yeah, but it takes me a lot of work and yeah, but I believe there's no need to eat only vegan. I grow up with my parents raised me up with normal food, I would say. So that means they never call us flexitarians, but we eat vegetarian or vegan, and some days one day in the week we eat fish, and Sunday we have had a nice piece of meat, and that's it. It's only for Sunday. Yeah. You can discuss with everyone the amount of meat they eat, the quality of meat they eat. But in my opinion, there's no need to discuss it, vegan or meat, and do it strict and 100%. And this is the true way. I believe the mix is the best.
You just mentioned that you may not be able to do things like you saw in India, but I don't think there's a single 3 Michelin star restaurant in India. So that says a lot, I would imagine. But
so let us discuss if I come to India, and let's work on it.
If you come to India, I will certainly be able to introduce you to many, many friends in the hotel business. That I can certainly do for you. But my next question to you is that, technology, Thomas, has now come into every business in the world. Yeah. Has that come into the food or the culinary business as well? And if so, how?
Yeah, I would say Ferran Adria was the first chef worldwide who brings the knowledge from the industry into the restaurant business. That was his biggest achievement, not his molecular kitchen or something. His kitchen was based on the knowledge normally the industry has. And more you can have things in the kitchen. We have had also in my kitchen an evaporator and things like that to save the taste, the original taste of the ingredients. So a simple sample is, if you squeeze out an orange, you have the 100% taste of the orange in the jus. Correct. Heat up the orange jus for only 1 second, it changes the taste totally. So how can you reduce it? You need technique for this. But I believe that thinking forward, how we can change it, how we can make it better is really difficult to do. And we need technique in the kitchen, but sometimes the old way is also the best. A stone oven or wood oven creates so much taste. The barbecue, since millions of years around the world, creates so much taste. And all this old style of treating the best ingredients, they're also good. So no need to bring a evaporator to India to create a masala dosa or something.
Good comparison. Thank you. My next question to you is that, based on all your experience, do you see German food going around all over the world?
No.
And why would that be?
Not possible. So I believe in the moment, Italian kitchen is the only one who's able to go around the world.
Correct.
Because this is so simple from the product. If you want to bring French kitchen around the world, you have a loss of quality. Correct. By delivery time. The Brittany turbot, the foie gras, if you bring it to Vietnam, you don't have the same quality, and there's no need to make it. But you can bring hundreds of tins of tomato sauce and the flour or the dry noodles or whatever. You can bring it in every place around the world. Also mozzarella, it's well known. You can find it in every hotel from Argentina until to Vietnam. And this is the world kitchen. The German kitchen is much too heavy, much too simple products, much too fatty, and I can't see it. Also, the German 3 stars, they are much too different to bring it this kind of kitchen around the world, because we have one of them is cooking really classic French, the next one has a Japanese influence, the next one has this influence. we don't have this one sentence who explains German kitchen in the world. No? They are all excellent. We have France, Japan, and then Germany have the most 3-star restaurants around the world. We have an excellent kitchen, but we don't have this in one sentence explanation for what is German kitchen standing.
Very interesting, very interesting. And my last question for you now, and that is probably a personal question for you, that, you know, a chef's life is very, very long working hours.
Yes.
How do you balance family and work in spite of such a busy schedule?
So, first of all, I was separated 20 years ago, 22 years ago. Now my wife, she understands what I do. And from July to December, I was only around 3 weeks at home. So I travel a lot in the moment, but she understands that this is my life and that I really love what I do. The long working hours you can't discuss. It's part of the job. But if you are working with friends and you love what you do, it feels not so long. It's, for me, it's much more important that I can have an influence on the whole progress of something. So a dirty carrot comes into the kitchen, and at the other door, I see what we have done with it. And there are not so many jobs in the world where you can say you can work on the whole product from the beginning to the end. You can work in a team. You have a direct response. If you go into the restaurant, it's like you go on stage, you directly have the applause or the comments, and this I love. So for me, it's nothing I would change. No? And it takes long hours a day, but sometimes to sit in front of the TV in the evening can also be boring.
Yes. I guess you make it sound so easy that, you know, you love your work, which is why you manage to keep the 3-star Michelin rating and get recognition and be seen all over the world. But
but I have to come back what I said earlier. In the age of 50, so there was a long part in my life without 3 stars, and I also loved it. And I also love the conversation with our guest. You can imagine we have had a lot of interesting guests in our restaurant, and now I can travel around the world. I can meet interesting people around the world, and everything is worth the long hours I have to work.
Do you have restaurants outside Germany also?
We open end of February, maybe beginning of March. So it looks like we have a small delay in Taiwan, a new place.
In Taiwan?
The capital of Taiwan, in Taipei, yes.
Okay, so I must take the address because I'm going to be there in July.
Oh, okay. I will send you a link.
Yeah.
It will be called La Vie by Thomas Bühner. So La Vie, like my former restaurant, and by Thomas Bühner is for me the strongest commitment that I'm not only put a restaurant there. Sorry. That's it.
Okay.
So it's a small place. I have an excellent head chef there, but I really feel responsible for it, and I'm looking forward to open this wonderful place.
Wonderful. I look forward to going there. But on that note, Thomas, thank you so much for speaking to me. Thank you for talking to me about your amazing journey in the world of food. You know, I love the way you told me so simply about how you took a decision when you told your parents. And then you said, if I want to be in the food business, I want to be the best in the world. Thank you for talking to me about Michelin. And I must tell you, I've only been to a 3 Michelin star once in my life. And I look forward to going again when I'm in July in Taiwan. Thank you for talking to me about restaurants, about food, about German food. What I really appreciated also was how much you appreciate your teams. And how many times you spoke about how important it is to have a strong team, and that you as The boss is really only a coach. Thank you again for speaking to me, and good luck to you.
Thank you for inviting me to this podcast. I really appreciate it, and I hope we can stay in contact. And maybe we see us in Taiwan in July.
Absolutely.
Look forward to it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You videocast and podcast, a platform that brings you knowledge, experience, and wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Do visit our website www.tbcy.in to watch and listen to the stories of many more individuals. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the Brand Called You.